The chapter picks up right where we left off, with Duchess Altia looking absolutely stunning as she chats with Marquis Mardanio. She compliments him on the fantastic gift he gave our protagonist, and asks how the other nobles are handling things. Mardanio explains that the rest of the nobles have also accepted the offer, but Altia has only chosen a select few to join our main character's camp. To be part of this exclusive group, each noble had to present a gift to our protagonist, and if he accepted, they were in. Mardanio can't help but think about how Altia, known for being quite reclusive, made a secret visit and only informed a handful of nobles. He believes that Altia is strategically picking her allies, almost like she's playing a game of cards, and he's determined to seize this opportunity, even if he might be misreading the whole situation. But we'll see how that plays out. Then Altia announces that the selection process is complete, and she's ready to make her move. There's something about the way she says it that gives me chills. Remember how she and Zenonia misinterpreted our protagonist's letter before? This could mean they're planning something drastic against the nobles who haven't aligned with our protagonist yet. Just my 2 cents though. Moving on, we shift to day 4 of the banquet, and surprisingly, the nobles are still enjoying the festivities. Our protagonist, looking as confused as ever, shares that for some strange reason, he's been receiving more and more gifts from random nobles every single day. He figures that these nobles must be showering him with presents, because of the rumors swirling around that he's somehow related to Duchess Altia and Count Zenonia. With a cheeky grin, he thinks this is a golden opportunity since he's raking in free stuff, and he even admits he's ready to skip town with these goodies at any moment. Just as he's lost in his little scheme, someone suddenly calls out to him from behind, startling him. Turning around, Evan wonders what's got his master so jumpy. Later that night, Evan brings some serious news to our main character, telling him that an outer god has appeared in the northern region, which is basically barbarian territory. This revelation leaves our protagonist a bit shaken. Evan explains that Caliburn is in total chaos right now, and they suspect that the amethyst they found on the goblins they fought earlier is linked to this outer god. Information gleaned from ancient texts, but our main character already knew this, so he asks Evan about the other lead he sent him to investigate. Evan tells him that the person he's looking for is in a village located in northern Ashutalon. Upon hearing this, our protagonist immediately gets serious, stating that they'll head there on their way to Caliburn. Evan, noticing the shift in his demeanor, asks why he's suddenly so serious and if he really plans to go to the northern region. Our protagonist replies that there's no time to waste, and they'll discuss the details on the way. He tells Evan to pack their things and get ready to move out. As Evan rushes off to prepare things, our protagonist can't help but feel a wave of frustration wash over him. He wishes this whole situation hadn't come to pass. He explains that outer gods are catastrophic entities, akin to the 5 deadly sins. And to make matters worse, with a divine descent like this, it's nearly impossible to tell which outer god is benevolent or has already descended. This is why our main character was eager to gather as much information as possible. He had anticipated a divine descent following the battle with the goblins. However, he admits he didn't expect it to happen so quickly. Drawing from his extensive experience in the game, where he witnessed hundreds of divine descents, he feels he can predict the trajectory of this situation. The first thing he foresees is the allied kingdom crumbling, leading to chaos as they foolishly wage war on lands tainted by otherworldly magic. If that occurs, he knows his life could be over in an instant. But he has a plan. Once the outer god descends, it will take several months to stabilize before awakening as a fully realized deity. During that time, the god won't be able to wield their full divine power, and he believes that waiting for the perfect moment to strike will be their best strategy. He acknowledges that he'll have to take matters into his own hands to execute this plan, even if it puts his safety at risk. He quickly pens a letter with instructions, declaring that this is their only chance for survival. A week later, the letter reaches Deus, revealing that our protagonist had been writing to him. As Deus reads through the letter, he's momentarily stunned to receive direct orders from our main character. He promptly informs his men that their plans have changed. Essentially, what's happening here is that our MC has convinced Deus to hold off on attacking the outer god, advising him to wait 2 weeks instead. This strategy makes sense if they want to catch the outer god when he's at his weakest. Meanwhile, in a village in the northern part of the Pakran Ashutalon kingdom, our MC arrives to meet the person he had asked Evan to track down. He admits he didn't expect to find this person so quickly. And finally, we meet the individual in question, a young boy who stands out quite a bit. This boy is introduced as Elevon, the protagonist of the turn-based roguelike RPG game of Psychedelia. As our MC looks at him, he realizes Elevon resembles the illustration from the game, but there's something about him that's just too pretty for a boy. Our boy can't help but wonder if Elevon is really a boy or a girl. Getting straight to the point, our protagonist asks Elevon if he knows who he is, and Elevon just beams and says he doesn't, but he wanted to welcome strangers to their village. Observing Elevon's demeanor, our protagonist thinks to himself that even though this world is so different from the game, it seems the main character is still acting true to form. He explains that Elevon is destined to become strong and famous, known throughout the entire world. As our protagonist gazes at Elevon, he can't help but feel it's a bit odd to see the very character he once played in the game standing right in front of him. Regardless, he hands Elevon a pouch brimming with gold coins, leaving Elevon utterly baffled. Before he can wrap his head around what's happening, our protagonist calls out to Evan, who, being his usual self, dramatically presents some magic potions to Elevon. This only adds to Elevon's confusion. But wait, there's more. Our protagonist signals Evan, and suddenly, gifts start pouring down like rain. With a grin, our MC declares that all of this is for Elevon, completely catching him off guard. Elevon quietly asks why he's being showered with such generosity, and our MC straightforwardly replies that it's an investment. In his mind, our protagonist reflects that these gifts are everything. Elevon, the main character of this world, needs to level up early in the game. It's pretty much the same strategy he used with the 5 deadly sins. He places a reassuring hand on Elevon's shoulder, encouraging him to believe in himself because he's destined to become incredibly strong in the future. Deep down, our protagonist admits that all he really wants is for this little rascal to grow up fast and take down the outer god in his stead. This kid is downright audacious. Just as he's about to walk away looking all cool, he thinks that Elevon should now be a fan of his. But then it hits him. He hasn't even introduced himself yet, so he tells Elevon to call him Count Palatio. Inside, he feels a bit smug, thinking that this is the name of the sponsor, and that Elevon better remember it when he hits it big. As our protagonist gets ready to hop into his carriage and leave, Elevon dashes after him, beaming as he waves and promises to remember what he's done for him today. Elevon is just so cheerful and adorable that even our MC notices, wondering if Elevon was always this bright in the game. He even admits to himself that since Psychedelia was a dark fantasy game, he doesn't recall Elevon having such a vibrant aura or being this cheerful. Just then, Evan interrupts his thoughts, questioning why he gave Elevon all those gifts but didn't stick around for a proper chat. Our MC responds that Elevon is a smart kid, so he should be able to figure it out. Deep down, he knows he's in a rush and doesn't have time to build a close relationship with Elevon right now. He thinks of what he just did as a sort of failsafe, leaving the protagonist of this world on autopilot, like a pay-to-win game where you let your character level up while you're offline. Evan then points out that Elevon seems pretty skilled in combat, just like Utia and the other sins. He mentions the dense mana surrounding him, and even though Elevon is dressed simply, he's sporting some impressive artifacts. Our protagonist acknowledges that he also sensed Elevon's mana. He reflects that in the original story, Elevon was just an average boy before embarking on his adventure, but now that he's learned to harness mana, our protagonist suspects this might be another butterfly effect, altering the world from the game, especially since Elevon is the main character. But as usual, our boy brushes it off, reasoning that as long as he keeps his sweet life intact, he doesn't really care about anything else. The stronger Elevon becomes, the better it is for our main character, so he figures that investing in Elevon is definitely a smart move. He reassures himself that there's not much to worry about with Elevon, especially since he's one of the few characters with a kind heart in this grim dark fantasy world. Speaking of personalities, our protagonist starts to panic, wondering what kind of personality Deus has. He even questions whether Deus would want to meet him at all, recalling how scared he was of those kids back then that he never even set foot in the orphanage, not even once. And Evan, being Evan, can't help but add that Deus probably wouldn't even want to meet our protagonist in the first place. That's where the chapter leaves off. And honestly, it really feels like a proper face-to-face between our protagonist and Deus is right around the corner, and I'm genuinely looking forward to it. As for today's bonus panel, we get a quick look at our protagonist while he's out shopping for Elevon. When Evan asks why he's buying so many items and gifts, our guy casually admits they're all bribes for his future lifeline. No shame at all. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, it really helps push the channel. Drop coconut milk in the comments so I know you made it this far, and make sure to check out the next recap right here.